Hi folks, this is Ed Castaneda for MusicaNewYork.com, and this is Donde Está La Música. Tonight I'm back here again on the west side of New York at Stage 48, where tonight the new Swing Sextet is performing. So don't go away, stay right where you are. There's going to be music, there's going to be dancing, and we're going to interview the band. So see you later. Okay folks, I'm here backstage with the new Swing Sextet, and I'm going to have the band members introduce themselves.
George Rodriguez.
Angel Justiniano.
Now, your band goes way back. I mean, it has a history. I read somewhere that your first performance was at the New York City World's Fair in 1965 at the Singer Pavilion.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Wow, it was a long time ago, so I don't even know if I remember that far back, but it was a beautiful summer evening. I think it was the summer, and it was really, I think we had started playing, and we had maybe played like a birthday party or something like that, but that was like the first, like the coming out gig for us, you know. So it was a very, very nice gig. There was no other Latin band there. It was a festival, I believe, a Latin festival, and you know, it was the World's Fair, so it was nice way to start.
Yeah. So we'll talk about your new recording, but back then you also recorded quite a number of albums, vinyl.
Yeah, we did 4 vinyls. Yeah, the Explosive New Swing Sextet, the original Tapes of Spanish Harlem. Then we did, I don't remember if it was Revolucionando and Swinging Along, or Swinging Along and in that order, but those were the 4 CDs that we did, 1967, 68, 69, and 70.
And back then you had 2 female singers in the band?
On the second record, Taste of Spanish Holland, we did, yeah. to add a little, you know, to that. The original band was a good band, but the vocals weren't that good. So, you know, now the band, you know, everybody covers the vocals really good. But yeah, we had the females, and it just gave it a nice touch. We were doing some pop music in addition to the Latin music at that time.
Now you're the vibe player. How'd you get started with the instrument?
I used to play clarinet in school, and at that time everybody had every block had a Latin band. That was it. If you know, right? You wanted to be.
Yeah.
That was the thing. If you wanted to be cool, you had to be in a Latin band. And I wanted to join a Latin band, but nobody was interested in a Latin band with a clarinet player. So, in some convoluted way, I wound up bringing the vibes. So you could imagine the quality of the musicianship involved when all I had to do was say, "I got a set of vibes. You want to join the band?" So that's how good we were. Nobody cared. If you had,
those were the days.
For me. Those were the days.
Yeah. And you're the conga player, no?
I'm the conga player.
How'd you get started with the congas?
Well, George is the founder and one of the original members that's actually left from the original new Swing Sextet. I came in about 6 years later, after they had recorded all the four vinyls. And what was that, about
71? Yeah, what happened was that we had a small band, and we had the Vietnam War going at that time, and a couple of the guys got drafted to go into the service, and the lead singer at that time, the great Peter Ortiz, his mother got sick, and he had to go back to PR to be with her. So all of a sudden, I mean, we were playing a lot, 5-6 nights a week, and all of a sudden there was 3 members left in a matter of a couple of months, you know. So we had seen Angel, him and his brothers, you know, they had a great band, Ray J, and we played with them a couple of times, and I said, well, those guys, they not only they sound good, but I mean, they played good, but they sang so good, you know. So as soon as we had openings, then we were able to quickly fill them in, you know. So
yeah, so that's how I kind of like fell in. You know, I played on the same bandstand with the New Swing on many occasions. It was one of the, to me, it was one of the hottest bands that were out there back in the days. After Joe Cuba, the New Swing Sextet was like the top sextet in the music field for that era.
And then we found out, you know, literally 40 years after we recorded those records, from a matter of fact, from a good friend DJ Henry Knowles, who managed the band, that people were requesting our music out in Europe, and I was shocked because, you know, in the city there were so many great bands when we were growing up, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We played with Tito Puente, with Ray Barreto, with Willie Colon, with Pacheco,
Larry Harlow,
Ricardo Ray, Joe Cuba, on and on, Eddie Palmieri.
We played with every one of these bands on the same bandstand, except we were the snot-nosed kids that were making all the noise.
We weren't even popular on our own block, so when all of a sudden we found out they're playing our music in Asia and in Europe, and, you know, 40 years after, we had already retired, so it was crazy, and that's kind of what gave us the impetus to stop playing again.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's what happened with this music. You know, I want to make sure that we talk about the history, because it's very important. You know, this is Latin music. You know, it's not ethnic. It's not regional. I mean, this is American music. You know, Latin music has been in the U.S. It's as valuable as folk music, rock and roll, jazz.
Yeah. Well, it has a little bit of everything in it. You know, because of our upbringing. Yeah. I mean, we're all brought up in New York City. We were all exposed to doo-wop, to R&B, to rock and roll. I mean, you know, who else? I mean, we loved the Beatles. We grew up with all this. So what else can we put into our music? So we did quite a bit of a little bit of everything, and you know, and you'll see that even on our newest CD. We've gone over to the other side, and we put in some American stuff again. You know, stuff that we did back then. We're doing it again. We're gonna continue to keep our sound alive, which we try to stay to our sound. The sound that we did 40 years ago, we're still trying to stick to it. You know.
Yeah. So your comeback, when did that happen?
I think it was 2004 when we were playing at the South Street Seaport. As an instrumental group, you know, part of an instrumental group. Most of us were with a group called Mambo Negro, and DJ Henry Knowles, they told us he had been there looking for us, and we said, Henry Knowles, I didn't remember him, that he had been a DJ. He was one of the young DJs when we were playing. And when he finally got a hold of us, he said, hey, are you the guys that recorded this, and this? And we said, yeah. And he said, well, they're requesting, I'm DJing all over the world. They're requesting your music. And he had a club, so he started setting us up to work in his club, and then he was working Europe, Asia, and every place. So he started booking us. So yeah, in the last couple of years now, we've been to Russia, we've been to
we've done like 30
Israel, China, Shanghai, Sweden, Switzerland, the Netherlands, England, like, Spain, Poland, Greece, Turkey.
To make a long story short, we did like 32 cities in Europe and Asia. So that was within a span of 2 years.
Yeah. And your new comeback CD, that was nominated for
that was even crazier. We hadn't recorded in 36 years at that time when we started recording, and I mean, a comeback band, and we're in the studio mixing with the engineer, the guy who's putting, mixing the final product for us. So we were having lunch, and he said, his name was Kurt Upper, the late great Kurt Upper, who's done a lot. He did Willie Colon. He's done, I think, some work with Mark Anthony, and he was saying, so I hear you guys are making kind of a comeback, and we said, yeah. And he said, so how long has it been? As we're, and I'm going to take out an Addy machine because it's a lot of years. And he says, 10 years, and I said no, and he said 12 years, and I said no, and he said 15 years, and I said no. He said it can't be more than 15 years, right?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. How much more? And when we said 36 years, he said he fell off his chair. He said, I never heard of a band making a comeback after 36 years. So it was crazy, and we recorded the record, and we nominated her a Grammy. Go figure,
Okay, so where is your CD available? What's your website?
The new swingsextet.com.
Yeah.
We're also on Facebook. The CD is available in iTunes, Amazon.com, all the big, online distributors. At Casa Latina, of course, our home base in East Harlem. So, but I think that they're calling us to go on.
Oh, okay.
So
that's what I better let you guys go.
We want to come back.
Yeah, gentlemen, it's a pleasure talking to you guys.
Thank you
and I wish you lots of luck.
My
and
pleasure.
I will see you around.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And we got to get a CD.
Take care.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I'll have it for you.
Good night. We'll go and listen to some more music.
I think
Well, that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. This is Ed Castaneda, and this is Donde Está La Música. Till next time.